Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. So, I've talked about in the past how Christina Miller needs to be fired. I want her to be fired, I know you want her to be fired as well. But what I've never talked about is what kind of person should replace Christina Miller. What kind of individual do we need to replace her? Well, we need someone obviously who has some business background, has some experience running different businesses. But I also think we need someone who's a fan of the network, who actually understands why people didn't like Christina Miller's era, who understands why people loved the early 2000s so much. We need someone who understands that. Christina Miller, honestly, when she's gone and she's no longer in charge of Cartoon Network, when people look back on her era, I feel like people are going to remember her most, obviously for the bad scheduling, but programming-wise, I think people are going to remember her most for, just bringing in a bunch of reboots. Well, Teen Titans Go, that was brought in by Stu Snyder, but then you got Powerpuff Girls reboot, Ben 10 reboot, and then you got Wacky Races, which is on Boomerang streaming service, but still, she's had 3 reboots that she's brought in. And we need someone at Cartoon Network to run them who realizes that, hey, look, in the past, we did have some amazing programming. We did. It was some of the best in the business. But we can't look back on that and say, hey, how can we redo this idea into a new show for a new audience? No. You need to look at that and see, oh, we had so much creativity back then. We need to get some of that creativity back, and we need to put that into new ideas. You can't keep on trying to recycle old ideas, because by recycling old ideas, you're not going to do it. You did it well the first time. 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to do it better the second time. If you did a fantastic job the first time, I highly doubt you're going to do better the second time. You know what I mean? It's like the first time was good, don't mess with it then. It was amazing. Like the original Ben 10, the original Ben 10 had 4 shows. Obviously, the original was amazing. I think Alien Force and Ultimate Alien was amazing, and I think Omniverse was good, but not as good as the previous 3 shows. Then they did the Ben 10 reboot, which was extremely unnecessary because the end of Omniverse was set up for Ben 10,000. That would have been the most logical next step for the franchise, but they decided, you know what, let's reboot it. That was a foolish decision. The show went so well the first time around, why would you decide to reboot it? Because if it went so well the first time, I highly doubt it's going to go even better the second time. It's probably going to do worse. So we need someone who realizes that they were so creative in the past. They had so many different creators coming up with so many different ideas that haven't been done before. Because honestly, Ben 10, that wasn't really done before on TV before it happened. Neither was Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. All these different shows were these new ideas coming in. Now, not so much. I mean, we had regular show, and then now we're having Apple and Onion, which seems like kind of a similar show to regular show. Infinity Train, that seems like something totally new. Victor and Valentino, that seems something totally new. Craig the Creek gives vibes of Edda and Eddie. So we need someone who realizes that, hey, we need to do something creative that hasn't been done in the industry before. Hopefully Cartoon Network is able to find a person like that. You know what? I think I actually know a person who would be good for this job. I think he used to work for Cartoon Network. Actually, why not bring back Jim Samples? The only reason he ever left was because of that bomb scare in Boston that was caused by a poster that Cartoon Network made. That's the only reason he left. He resigned because of that. I don't know what he's up to now, but why not bring him back? He was the man who run Cartoon Network. He ran Cartoon Network during its golden age. When he was at Cartoon Network, that was the best period of time for Cartoon Network. When Jim Samples left, it was still doing well. Stu Snyder came in, started doing worse, and then he started to go in a better direction. He got fired. Christina Miller comes in. She makes it do worse again. So you know what? The whole time that Jim Samples was there, I think the network was amazing. I don't think it was this spiral or of like, hey, we're going worse. Oh, now we're going back in an upward direction. No, the whole time he was there, they were doing great. Stu Snyder, when he was there, he first came in, they went bad. Then they got better. Then Christina Miller came in, she went bad, and she hasn't gotten better at this point. I mean, who knows? Maybe she will. I doubt it. But why not bring Jim Samples back? He would be amazing. And honestly, if they can't bring Jim Samples back, okay, they can find another person to do the job. But why not get the man who ran the golden age of Cartoon Network, who made Cartoon Network the big name that it is today? Why not bring him back? Honestly, I would love to see it happen. How likely is it to happen? I really don't know. Because, I mean, Jim Samples, he's moved on from Cartoon Network. He's the CEO of a network called TVN. It's a Polish TV network. I don't know what it's about, but I know it's a Polish TV network. Would he leave that to come back to Cartoon Network? I don't know. I certainly hope so. And honestly, when Christina Miller gets fired, I hope that maybe some of the executives from the early 2000s, if they're still at the network, I hope they look back and say, you know what, that was the time we were the greatest. Why not get the man who led us into that greatness? Why not get him back? Anyways, let me know in the comment section below what you think of this, if you want Jim Samples back, or if you think they should go in a totally different direction. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.